Hi, this is Gureasko, and this is Gospel Piano, Beginner Lesson 1. Let's cover something that's very basic, and this is not exclusive to gospel music because this is in all types of music: pop, country, jazz, blues, you name it. And in Western music, at least, our music is built upon a diatonic scale or diatonic harmony. Don't let that big word fool you. Dia just comes from the Greek, and that means through or across, and then tonic has to do with a tonal center. So it's through a tonal center, and the tonal center of a key is the 1. So look at example 1. You'll see Roman numerals underneath each chord. So we have a 1. Hi, this is Gureasko, and this is Gospel Piano, Beginner Lesson 1. Let's cover something that's very basic, and this is not exclusive to gospel music because this is in all types of music: pop, country, jazz, blues, you name it. And in Western music, at least, our music is built upon a diatonic scale or diatonic harmony. Don't let that big word fool you. Dia just comes from the Greek, and that means through or across, and then tonic has to do with a tonal center. So it's through a tonal center, and the tonal center of a key is the 1. So look at example 1. You'll see Roman numerals underneath each chord. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. Notice underneath that I put Arabic numerals, and the reason for that is because I am really used to using the Nashville number system, which is a form of shorthand. It's just like the Roman numeral system, but it's much easier to use and to read, and you'll find it a lot, not just in Nashville, but all over the place. All right, here's an important thing to note. The chord patterns and the relationships do not change throughout the keys. So if we're playing a 1-4-5 progression, which we're going to be doing in today's lesson, and we're doing it in the key of G, all you have to do is know where the 1 is, and then you can play that progression in any key. And that's helpful because if you're working with a soloist or an instrumentalist who wants a song in a different key, all you have to do is establish where the new 1 is. If it's not G, maybe they want it in B flat. Once you know that, then you can play your 1-4-5 in the key of B flat. And this is, of course, assuming that you understand how to form the scale, major scales, and then build chords on each note of the major scale, which is what I've done here in the key of G. All right, so let's go over that once again. The G chord, which is 1, is a major. The A is a minor chord, the 2 of the scale. On the 3rd degree of the scale, which is B, we have a B minor. Then on the 4th degree, a C major. 5th degree, D major. 6th degree, E minor. 7th degree is an F sharp diminished. And then G major again at the top for a 1. All right, in example 2, we're going to be looking at an alternating between a 1 chord and a 4 chord. And in the bass, we're just going to play the tonic, which is the G. That's the 1, diatonic through the tonic. And then we're going to hang on to the G in the right hand. That's going to stay stationary. And then we're going to move from B and D up to C and E. So we'll have an alternating pattern like this. All right, so let's do that now with just a little bit of rhythm. Let me do a mouse click here and get to page 2. Example 3. All right, now I'm going to give this just more of a gospel flavor, and I'm going to add the 7th tone of the scale, but I'm going to drop that 7th tone by half a step. That's flat. I'm going to make it flat. So instead of F sharp, I'm going to play an F natural. So if I were playing diatonic, I would have to use an F sharp. Here's how it would sound. Nice chord. nice major 7th chord, but I'm going to drop that F sharp to an F natural, and now I have we call that a dominant 7th, but it's got that nice gospel sound. So now if I rocked back and forth, you can see in example 5, the first 2 measures, it sounds like this. Now I'm going to take that same idea and I'm going to transfer it to the 4th degree of the scale, which is C, that's the 4 chord, and also to the 5th degree of the scale, which is the 5 chord. And then it'll have we'll make a little progression out of it. So let's look at example 5, and I'm going to play that through for you. Alright, so you see how that works. Now, I'm going to give you a little trick, and this kind of thickens up the playing, and I use this all the time in gospel and in country. I first learned it because I was listening to Floyd Kramer as a child. My mother had tons of those albums. Remember the song Last Date? And it sounded like that bent note style. Anyway, Floyd Kramer is kind of the guy who made that sound famous. Anyway, I use it in all styles of music. Look at example 6. And so I'm going to take that B flat, and then I'm going to actually play it basically at the same time I'm playing my G7th chord, only I'm just going to bend it really quickly so it's going to sound like this. Alright, so listen to me play example 6 now with that bent note, and you'll see that it sounds a little bit different than the other example. And again, you could take that and play example 5 and use that bent note when you get to the key, or to the C chord and to the D chord as well. Let's move on to example 7. This is another variation of the idea that I just showed you, and I'm just going to play through it. I'm still using this G7 chord, but this time I'm playing. And again, you can bend the middle note. I think I actually did when I got to the C chord when I was playing it for you. All right, so to make your practice easier, I've actually taken both variations. I've printed them out in all 12 keys so that you can practice with them. And this will be all for lesson 1. I do want to add one other thing here, and that is this idea of a passing chord. I'm playing a G in my left hand, an F, a B, and a D. Now listen as I take each note in the right hand and just plane it up on the, just using the white keys. We're in the key of G, and listen to how this sounds. Alright, so just using those chords, I can come up with this really nice gospel feel.